Okay, guys, I'm really sorry about that detachment right there. What happened was my girlfriend tried to call me, and as soon as she called me, my phone switched over from what was it called? YouTube app, and switched over to stupid Facebook. So I just had to disconnect my Facebook account and turn it off, and I had to switch it off in order to get her off my ass. Sorry about that, everybody. Sorry about that. It looks like I picked right back up where I was, so I don't know if this is going to make another video or the same one. But damn, I lost like 30 people. Shit. Where we left off last season was Pete Buttigieg was getting his ass kicked by the Black Lives Matter crowd, and they showed up and told him, "Hey, get off the mic, idiot. We don't want you. You're not running. You're messing up everything." And they said, "Get off the mic." And they were screaming, "Black Lives Matter." So really sorry about that. Really, really sorry. So I had to come back because I was trying to give you guys a solid 30 minutes worth of content. But my stupid girlfriend calls me on the damn phone trying to interrupt me for like sex messaging. And I'm not trying to have it right now. Right now, I'm being very serious. I'm about politics. I'm not about this silly little girls and stuff. I'm not about it. So where are we? What is this? What is this? Tucker Carlson. You know these guys are mad, man. They're pissed off. It's just like I'm telling you. It's like Trump's getting his ass impeached, and there ain't nothing they can do about it. Ain't nothing they can do about it. Now, he's probably not going to get removed, but he's getting impeached for sure. So I'm not going to do another live video about this until they serve him the articles of impeachment and he goes down in history as impeached. That's when I'll do another video. Yes, we're live. We're back. We're back. We're back. Yes, we are. I'm really sorry about that, but everything just dropped, but we're back. We're back. There we are. We're back. Yeah, so many things to talk about. I mean, you got Apple out there putting out a $60,000 computer. I was optioning that shit out, man. They want for the RAM alone, they want like fucking $25,000. I'm like, nobody can afford that shit. You got to be a company. Michael, good to see you. Yeah, there's Michael, and there's Get Social, and who else? There's Holloway in. I've made all these guys moderators. There's Greed718, Karen Smith. Okay, who we got? Resurrector, Platinum. Okay, and now there's only 8 of us, so I guess everybody else got pissed off and they just left. Damn. Thoughts on 5G internet causing cancer? Here's the thing. They've been saying cell phones cause cancer for like the last, 30 years. So if 5G causes cancer, then there's not really much you can do about it except try to stay away from the towers. I've heard 5G is supposedly killing birds, and I don't know if that's true, but all I can say is just try to stay away from it. But you know what? Listen, something's gonna kill us off. I mean, we haven't had any big wars lately, so I guess 5G is their answer to population control. Since we haven't had any big wars lately. Damn, I'm down to 6 people? Shit. That stupid girl fucked up everything. I'm down to 6 people. Damn, I had like 50 people. 5G should kill all Hondas. Yeah, okay. Supposedly, they need 5G in order to make these autonomous cars actually communicate with each other, because supposedly they can't do it over LTE, and supposedly they can't do it over 4G. So 5G is supposed to solve a problem. So they said the computers will... It says 25 on your end. While I'm looking at it, it says 6. People probably sitting on the other stream. Damn. So I wonder, is the other stream working, or is it this new stream? Because I just started a new one. Because I was trying to recover, but I couldn't recover fast enough, and I think I lost the first stream. All right, so you're seeing 25. Well, as long as it says 25, I guess that's pretty good. But I'm down from 50. I went from 50 to 25. That sucks. So, the other stream's not working. Oh, damn. Damn. The other is dead, but they are hanging over there. Yeah, they should leave. They should definitely disconnect. Damn. It was buffering. It'll end after a while. Damn it. I hate it when that happens. I had no idea she was going to interrupt me. Sorry about that. Big Truck, why do people want to save the manual but never buy new manual cars? Well, it's like this. a lot of these people who want to buy new cars, they're going to buy those cars used after they depreciate. So when they're saying save the manuals, what they're basically saying is, I can't afford one of these manual BMWs or whatever is right now. But if you produce those manuals later on, when the thing depreciates by about half, I'll be able to afford it and then I can buy one. What they don't seem to understand is the manuals are dead. They're dead. The only people still making stupid manual transmissions are basically making stupid cars, boring cars like Mustangs and like Camaros. And those cars are boring. And the thing about it is that's why they're not selling as well as Dodge's cars. Because the thing about it is they got automatics. Anybody can drive that car. Why do you think Lamborghini is making everything with an automatic? Why do you think Bugatti has an automatic? They ain't put no fucking manuals in those cars. Those cars have so much power that if you had a manual, you'd rip the transmission in half just by shifting gears while you're driving. It's like, no, they're not doing that. No more. Manuals are dead. The Tesla truck is an abomination, but the problem is because it looks so different, it's actually kind of cool. There's a lot of people who are going to buy the Tesla truck. The Tesla truck allows you the space of a truck, the towing capacity of a truck. It costs less than my Jeep. That Tesla truck is going to cost like less than $70,000. My Jeep was $80,000. Mustang ain't messing with no Hellcat. You know it. That's right. Mustangs can't touch the Hellcat. You got to understand, Ford gave up on the V8. Ford is certain that they can get customers with V6s that have those twin turbo hair dryers. Ford gave up on the V8. The only car they got with that V8 is either their trucks or the Mustang. And the problem is their Mustang is too small. And right now, people want SUVs. That's why the SRT Jeep, the Trackhawk, the Durango SRT, those things are selling, you know? Most people can't afford to pay Mercedes or BMW $100,000 for an SUV that's not even that big. They can't afford that. So what are they doing? They're buying Dodge and they're buying Jeep. The Mustang is tiny. It's too tiny. Much too tiny. Ford gave up on you. That's right, Holloway. Ford gave up on you. Ford's idea. See, the problem is there's no replacement for displacement. If they're going to make a little V6 engine and put some twin turbo hair dryers on it, it's going to be boring. It's like if you make a four-cylinder and you try to take the four-cylinder and put like turbochargers on it and make it faster. It's like, yeah, that's cool for a small car, but that's not good for a truck. It's not good. Detroit got rich by making V8s in trucks. They didn't get rich by making small cars. No frames in Lincolns. No frames. When are you going to do another Count the Trackhawks? They've sold out all the Trackhawks. What they did was they decreased the price of the Trackhawks by $10,000 after the first year that they sat on the lots. And then after that $10,000, they decreased it even more by doing that Dodge horsepower savings thing. So now when you go to buy a Trackhawk, you're basically getting like $20,000 off. They're selling Trackhawks for $80,000 or less. So no, there's really no Trackhawks left. In fact, it's harder to find an SRT Jeep than it is to find a Trackhawk now. Omi and a Hellcat. Oh my goodness, my poor man. Omi and a Hellcat. They got that boy. They got him. The fucking what was it? The IRS. The IRS got my man. The IRS and the FBI got him. They got him. Omi and the Hellcat is the fastest rise and fall that I've ever seen since like Malcolm X. Copyright infringement, money laundering, and fucking tax evasion. It's like, of all things you do in life, pay your taxes. Because when the IRS comes after you, there ain't nothing you can do. Pay your taxes. He bought a new Supra. Ooh, wow. Wow, new Supra. Ooh. You know how much I love that new Supra. So he got a Supra and tall guy wrecked the McLaren and got a Mustang. Corey, I've got some haters who watch my moves, and I don't want them knowing jack. So certain things I stopped talking about. He was balling out of control. Yeah, I feel bad for that guy. It's like, I've never seen anybody spend that much money on cars at one time, and I guess now I'm seeing the reason why not. What is this? The stupid people with this banana, they duct taped a banana to a wall and they sold it as art. This is terrible. It's ridiculous. Just ask Wesley Snipes. Yep. Wesley Snipes, Al Capone, a bunch of rappers. When they come after you for that tax money, you're done. You're just done. What happened to Omni? The FBI raided him. He got raided for copyright infringement, money laundering, and tax evasion, according to him and according to Fox News. They came after my man. They got his ass. They got his ass. I feel so bad for him. But he's okay. I mean, they didn't arrest him or anything. I think he has like a court date, so he's trying to come back and everything. I'm waiting to see what the new wide body Charger Hellcat retail price is around here, because the thing about it is that might be the next car I get, the wide body Hellcat Charger. I told this guy ZZ Outlaw, whatever his name is, I told him, I was like, yo, you should get a wide body Charger. Stop messing around with these stupid Camaros. When are you making a shit ton of money? Yeah, exactly. Don't tell anybody. Go way down Mexico way after that. Okay? Gabrielle Young, people are saying it's fake. No, it's not fake. It was on Fox News, for God's sakes. I don't know why everybody... The reason why they were saying that Omni's situation wasn't real was because there was a guy named Rodney who turned out to be like a sex predator or some shit. And he was trying to say that it was a conspiracy. And he was saying that Omni had all his cars really in like a warehouse or something. And then, Omni came back at him, and then people found out about him, and then they were like, he just disappeared. It was like he stopped talking shit. But this guy was making like a bunch of videos talking smack. And he was making all these conspiracy theories instead of just listening to what the man Omni was saying. And I believed him from the second he started saying it, because nobody makes that shit up. It's like, why would you think that's a conspiracy? Nobody makes that up. It's dumb. Donald Trump does not pay any taxes. IRS does not care. Billionaires pay no taxes. Fact. Big Truck Series. The guy deleted all of his videos of Omni. Yes, that's right. Not only that, he apologized. Once it came out that guy Rodney, once it came out he was a registered sex offender, the guy deleted all his videos because he knew that he was done. He was just done. So he deleted all his videos. Because the problem was, it was like at that point, like there was nothing he could say. So that was that. What's going on here? Sandals. Yeah, I'm not going there. It's like I'll fly around the other side of the planet before I go to Sandals. Grenada. Yeah, okay. Nope. Like it being one of them tourist traps. Let's see what else is on. I'm waiting for this guy Hannity. Hannity comes on in 9 minutes. I want to see him screaming and crying. Yeah, I'll get it when I get a chance. I'll try to email you after I finish. Wait, this guy was a clout chaser. Yup, Rodney was a clout chaser, but there's a lot of clout chasers. See, the sad thing about it is, you remember there's been so much clout chasing. I remember that clout chasing bullshit with between when Tall Guy and Organic had it, and there was this guy Destroyer Grade Productions, and there was a couple of other guys, and these guys popped up for like 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden they just disappeared. Clout chasing it's like, if you are clout chasing, you're not building up an authentic audience. You're just building up an audience who wants to hear drama like they're a bunch of little girls at a schoolyard. It's like, clout chasing is dumb. My name's Mike Lindell. Hannity always waits for a chance to suck Trump's dick. Well, everybody at Fox News is basically a bunch of Trump sycophants. And the problem is, if you're not a sycophant to Trump, you don't get hired at Fox News. So it's like the only person at Fox News I know is not a sycophant for Trump is Juan Williams. That's like the only person I know is not. I'm Sheriff John Brunell, and I'm going to take you on a wild ride. Yeah, real stories on a highway patrol. Are all the new Chargers rear-wheel drive? All of the new Dodge Chargers are rear-wheel drive with the exception of the GT. The GT model is all-wheel drive, and the GT model starts at about $35,000. And so it's a Charger all-wheel drive GT. I'm still waiting for Dodge to change the way the exterior of the Charger and the Challenger look because I think it's taken way too long. The current style they're looking at right now is 14. We're 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. It's time to get a new design. My God, they got to change those things now. And I think they're trying to hold on till 2021. I think that's way too long. Yeah, the new Char, and I mean the Charger's a nice car and everything. The problem is it's obsolete. The design is obsolete. FT has less power. Yeah, well, a V6 is only like 3.6 liter. What is it? The Pentastar V6. It's like 300 horsepower, give or take. The red eye is cool and everything, but I think you should just wait and see what they're going to make a little bit later down the road. I don't think the red eye is what you really want. Wish list on an R36 GTR. Ooh, yeah, wow, cool. What about the interior? It needs some work from Alfa to make it nice. Honestly, the Alfa Romeo interior, I wasn't really impressed with. Like, I made videos. I drove the Giulia. I drove the Stelvio. The Stelvio I kind of liked, but the problem was there were too many compromises in it. I'd rather have had a Jeep Cherokee than the Stelvio. It was like simple shit. Like, there were buttons that weren't there. Like, like the button for the rear hatch. I couldn't find it. Big truck, your wife wants an XT6. The XT6 is pretty expensive. I mean, if you want an XT6, that's like between 50 and 60,000. So, you know, the XT5 is actually more affordable. It's easier to get. But if you want an XT6, go for it. Have you seen the new Tahoe and Suburban? I saw the new Tahoe, I saw the new Suburban, and I saw the new Cadillac Escalade. The Escalade looks just like a big XT6, and it's got a shitty interior compared to the Lincoln Navigator. The Lincoln Navigator looks really good, but the Cadillac Escalade looks nice, but it's not as nice as the new Lincoln Navigator. Navigator's got them beat. And I've done a couple of videos on the Lincoln Navigator, but the Lincoln Navigator is nice. I mean, the Lincoln Navigator is like what an S-Class would be if it was a full-size SUV. The Kia Telluride is okay, and you can get it with lots and lots of features that are pretty good. Thoughts on the redesigned Sonata? As soon as the new Sonata lands at a dealership near me, I'm going to go window shop it, and I'm going to go review it. As soon as the new Sonata gets near here. But right now, we don't. Right. Oh, you see this video? You know those security cameras, the Ring security cameras? Apparently somebody hacked one and they're looking in this little girl's room. Now, why are people so stupid that they keep buying these goddamn Google speakers and Alexa speakers and shit and putting these things in their house? All of that stuff can be hacked. Look at this. Imagine you have a daughter and somebody hacks this stupid Ring thing that you put in a room, and they're up there talking to her and watching her on this camera. And they're watching her at night or when she's getting dressed and everything. Why would you put something like that in your daughter's? Why would you put something like that inside your house? It's like, what are people thinking? Nobody's thinking anymore. It's like, what's going on? She's like, oh, yes, well, I'm smart, so I think you shouldn't have the thing in your daughter's room. I'm so smart. Look at my beautiful brown locks. Look at my beautiful brunette hair and my brown locks. I'm the smartest person in the room. Creepy people. Well, listen, people are only as creepy as, like, you say, you give a fool enough rope, they go and hang themselves, right? Why would you put a camera in your daughter's room? Like, why would you do that? Some people want the newest technology. Tell those people that they should not, and it's stupid to do that. It's just dumb. You're basically giving the CIA a way to spy into your house. And if it's not the CIA, it's some hacker down the block who wants to look at your daughter's bedroom. These parents are so dumb. This is why we have school shooters with horrible parents. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. The parents are horrible. I think Ring is great for outside, but not in your private space. To tell you the God's honest truth, I don't want one of the things outside my house pointed outwards. You know why? The Ring, I installed a Ring doorbell. I even made a video on my YouTube about installing the Ring doorbell. And let me tell you something. I don't trust that thing because a hacker could hack that and they have access to your internet network inside your house. No, thank you. I mean, for God's sakes, they just hacked this little girl's room. And they're up there staring at her while she's getting dressed. Yeah, George Orwell. Let me tell you something. When George Orwell wrote that book, he assumed that it would be the government forcing us to buy all this surveillance equipment, put that shit in our house. He assumed that we would not want it, but the government was going to force us to do it. George Orwell could never have imagined that we'd be stupid enough to force feed all our information to Facebook and force feed all our information to Twitter and force cameras and shit inside our house, or buying microphones and speakers for our bedrooms, our living rooms, and our kitchen. George Orwell could have never assumed we'd be this stupid. He never could have assumed that. He assumed that all of us would be smart enough to see Big Brother coming and to fight it. He never assumed we'd be this stupid. These people are dumb. Dumb, dumb, dumb. They got smart televisions with cameras now that watch you. My television is a regular television. It doesn't have all that smart shit in it. I don't have a camera. I don't have a microphone. So I can be sure that my camera is not my television. I say my camera. I can be sure my television is not watching me while I'm in my bed. The Alamo Avengers. I'm waiting for this guy Hannity. Hannity's coming on so he can start complaining. And I think what I'm going to do is, as Hannity's complaining, I'm going to like attack all of his points. But he should be coming on next. China is inserting microchips into people. Yeah, that's true. But China's putting plastic in you anyway just by feeding you food. They're giving us food with plastic in it, for God's sakes, and fucking lead. Here we go. Hannity, let's go. Let's get him. Nutty Nadler. Oh, boy. Nutty Nadler. Uh-oh.
And tonight, we have a lot of breaking news. Nutty Nadler's, well, his own shift show, Impeachment Circus, is chugging right along.
Impeachment Circus? Don't you just love it how these people at Fox News are belittling the actual legislative branch and the judicial branch whenever they feel like it? It's Eric Rodriguez. What you need to do is learn history and learn how the government works. Trump is about to be impeached. He's going to be impeached. It's inevitable at this point. What we don't know is whether or not he'll resign before being impeached, but most likely he won't be removed. What you need to understand is that he's going to be impeached. He probably isn't going anywhere, but they're going to put a mark next to this motherfucker's name in the history books that Trump was impeached as president. That's what this is. So when you're saying, why is he getting impeached? Well, let's see. Oh, gee, let me count the ways. Okay, perhaps he's getting impeached for conduct unbecoming an officer. Perhaps that's what it is. Perhaps he's getting impeached for, I don't know, allowing Russia to interfere in the election, maybe? I don't know. Perhaps he's getting impeached for overriding Congress and telling the Ukrainians that are members of NATO that the weapons that Congress has approved for us to give to NATO, I'm not going to just give you unless you do a little spying for me to find out whether or not Biden's son was smoking crack in the Ukraine when he was head of Ukraine Oil and Gas. You can't do that. Congress gave you the weapons to give to the Ukrainians. You can't tell them I'm not going to give it to you. You can't do that shit. You don't have that power. So guess what? You want to know why he's being impeached? All you can do is watch television. Look at this shit. Look at this. Mr. Nadler, what do you have to say?
I'm going to take Nutty Nadler's time. It was way past his Betty Bye time. And
yeah, see, this guy's a jerk. Look at this guy. How are you insulting sitting members of Congress and saying that it's a witch? It's not no witch trial. You're getting impeached. It's not a witch trial. They got you. Nancy Pelosi got you. Are you so dumb? Are so dumb. Impeaching doesn't do nothing but just smears reputation. Well, here's the thing. Some people may have a problem. Like, I'm talking about the real independents, the real middle-of-the-road moderates. Some people might have a problem re-electing an impeached president. And keep in mind, Hillary got 3 million more votes than Trump did, and the only reason why he won was the Electoral College. Popular vote was never on this man's side. So we're going to find out in 2020 what happens. Now, whether he's impeached and removed, he's not going to be removed. But Whether he gets reelected or not, it really doesn't matter. He's getting impeached. That's just the simple fact. Where's the Trump finger? Well, you see my Trump finger? I might as well put a rubber band on the Trump finger. Trump finger's been impeached tonight. It's been impeached, so I can't just pull it out and I can't use it because the Trump finger's trying to stay silent because the Trump finger's lawyer told it to shut the fuck up and wait until this impeachment shit, wait until we can get a handle on it. So right now, the Trump finger has been impeached. So the Trump finger, I'm putting that away for right now. It's been impeached. Sorry. So I can't get the Trump finger up because right now it's been impeached. Sorry. Is Hillary Clinton cooking? Yes, she is. Okay? So I'm saying it just like that. Yes, she is. But guess what? Hillary's a civilian now. If you wanted to impeach, you should have done it a long time ago. She's a civilian now. There's nothing you can do. Every president moving forward will now be impeached. No, I don't think so. I think that in order for every president won't be impeached. The only presidents that are going to get impeached are the assholes who really, really stand out and beg for it. Like somebody who really stretches out their neck and says, please kill me. You know, those people will be impeached. Anybody else, I doubt it. Trump is a very special character. You do the Trump finger better than Trump. Thanks. That's right. I do. Thank you. Thank you. What's he saying? What's he saying? Yeah, look at this. He's attacking Nancy Pelosi. Yeah, I know he's upset. I know he's upset. Your man's being impeached, Hannity. What you got to say about that? 94 trillion? What are you talking about?
No combustion engine and eventually no planes or cows. But you might remember this. It's going to be very...
Yeah, you see, Hannity's pissed off. All he can do is talk bad about Pelosi because he's upset. Because he knows this dude's getting impeached.
Yeah, that average family, by the way, 174% on average increase. And, almost 40% of the country only has one Obamacare exchange choice. Only one. Millions lost their doctors and plans. So Pelosi is once again sending the sheep out to pasture. And for what?
The sheep out to pasture. Okay. Mr. Garrison from South Park would make a better president. That's funny. Okay. I think I'd be a better president. I think I could run this whole place. I think I could do a good job. I think I could do a really good job. What's up, everybody? Happy holidays, Cannabis Music. How are you doing? It's Bitch McConnell. I can't believe this guy's first name is Mitch. Bitch McConnell. See, when Mitch McConnell, that's something I actually wanted to put in one of my videos. Mitch McConnell was on videotape with Hannity earlier, and he was making fun of the fact that while Obama was in office, that he was blocking Obama's justices. And he was happy to take credit that he was blocking Obama's justices. As far as I'm concerned, he didn't have a right to do that. Even as a congressperson, the sitting president is supposed to be able to nominate their judges, and the judges are supposed to have a fair chance. You didn't do that. If you guys on the Republican side want to play, tribal politics, understand something. The Democrats can play just as well as you can play. So if you guys are going to go at it, you're going to have a lot of sleepless nights because they're not going to stop. This is not going to stop. If Trump did what, I could do it. You said if Trump ran, I could run. Well, Trump had a lot of money, and I don't. So, he claims that he has $10 billion. I don't believe him. I think he only has 4 or 5 or something. And I also think he has a lot of debt. So I don't have $1 billion. So I think I'd have a hard time running. I know I could beat Bloomberg because Bloomberg sucks. Bloomberg sucks real bad. Nobody would elect Bloomberg. They'd elect me. They'd elect me over Bloomberg. And Bloomberg has all the experience being a mayor, but I don't. And they'd still elect me over Bloomberg. Let's see. Racism will never stop. Yeah, I don't think... Well, I won't say it'll never stop. I think it'll just stop eventually when everybody's the same color. It'll stop when everybody's the same color, basically. That's going to be a while. Trump can't hang with me. He can't hang with us. That's funny. Trump can't. Compliant media. You mean like Fox News, right? You sycophants.
Every lie, every con, every abuse of power, every secret hearing. For over 3 years now, they have done nothing for the American people.
Yeah, Bloomberg ads in Texas. Let me tell you something. Bloomberg running ads in Texas would be like Bloomberg running ads in 1940 Germany. It's not going to work. Especially Texas. Are you kidding? Texas is the worst place Bloomberg could be running ads. As soon as they see his last, first of all, they already know who he is. He's the guy who tried to take my salt away from my chips, and he tried to take my big sodas away from the store. So as soon as they hear about Bloomberg, he's done. Bloomberg couldn't run against a sock puppet and win. Not in Texas. Are you kidding? They'd easily elect a sock puppet over Bloomberg. What, are you kidding? Please. Are you... Texas is like 1940s Germany to Bloomberg. He can't run nothing. What's he say?
And the transition team. Wrong about FISA abuse. Comey straight up lied. Schiff straight up lied. Wrong about...
Everybody lied. Trump doesn't deserve to be impeached. It's a witch hunt. You crybaby. I thought you called liberals snowflakes. You're a crybaby. Shut up. California is a shithole. Love your vids. Yo, every time I turn on the television, California's on fire. Like, it never fails. There's always a forest fire in California somewhere. I'll never understand that. I don't understand how anybody lives there, honestly. But I guess there must be parts of it that aren't on fire. So I guess that's where they live. Let's see. What did Bloomberg try to do? Nutra-Nazi. Yeah, Bloomberg decided that he was going to... First of all, he did that stop and frisk bullshit. Stop and frisk was racist and it was unconstitutional. Based on stop and frisk alone, I would never elect Bloomberg. Do you hear me? I hope Bloomberg, I hope you're listening to this. I would never vote for you, Bloomberg. I would never vote for you. Let me tell you, I wouldn't vote for you if you gave me $10 million in cash that was tax-free, and you gave me that $10 million in a big box and allowed me to hide it in my basement where the IRS could never find it. You hear me, Bloomberg? I wouldn't vote for you if you gave me $10 million in cash and allowed me to put that cash in my basement where the IRS would never know about it, so I'd never have to pay taxes. And I took that $10 million and bought a Bugatti Chiron and had a 300-mile-per-hour car. I would never vote for you even if you tried to give me $10 million in cash, Bloomberg. And it was in a big box, and it was all cash in like hundreds and large bills like 20s and 50s. I would never, ever, ever vote for you, even if you tried to sneak me $10 million in cash and you gave me a Bugatti Chiron on the side. And also, 10 million cash. Bloomberg, are you listening to me? I hope you're listening to me, Bloomberg. I wouldn't vote for you if you tried to give me $10 million in cash and gave me a Bugatti Chiron. I wouldn't vote for you even if you did that. Are you listening, Bloomberg? I hope you're listening, because I really need $10 million and I need it in cash so that the government can't tax me on it. And I need a Bugatti Chiron so I can drive around at 305 miles per hour. Are you listening, Bloomberg? What did I say? I said I wouldn't vote for you even if you slipped me $10 million in cash. Are you listening to me? I hope you're listening, Mr. Bloomberg, because, I really would like a Bugatti Chiron and I need $10 million in cash. But I don't know if you're listening. Hopefully you're listening. And look at this guy, Trey Gowdy. This guy is the biggest clown I've ever seen. This guy, Trey Gowdy, looks like the guy from Far Cry 5 that you have to kill. What's his name? Jacob Seed. This guy's a joke. Oh, this guy. Oh. It's a witch hunt. Why are you harassing the president? Yeah, Bloomberg needs to listen very carefully, because I told him I would definitely not consider voting for him unless he had 10 million cash money with no tax attached to it and a Bugatti Chiron as a present. I definitely would. He couldn't buy my vote for $10 million cash. Oh, Holloway, I love you so much. You know, when I get those T-shirts together, you know you're on my list, right? You guys are so cool. Again, Mr. Bloomberg, I wouldn't give you my vote for $10 million in cash. I wouldn't. And a Bugatti Chiron. My vote's definitely not for sale. It's definitely not for sale. You hear me, Mr. Bloomberg? My vote is definitely not for sale. When are you going to travel again? Okay, so I'm looking forward to July. I'm thinking about Singapore or the Philippines or both. Thinking about Singapore business class airline. Singapore Airlines A380 business class. And if I don't use Singapore Airlines, I'd probably use Korean Air or I'll use Asiana. But I'm thinking about July. Thinking about July. That's what I'm thinking. Because you know me, I take you to new and exotic locations. What car are you leasing next? Okay, first of all, Anthony, right now I don't have any leases personally. The only leases were for my business. My cars are all financed. I don't have any leases personally. That's one of the reasons why, like, you know, even with that Jeep, if I had a lease on that Jeep, you would have seen it go back. It hasn't gone back. So, no, for me personally, there's no leasing. The only leasing you saw me do was for my mother's Cadillac XT5 and for the last couple of Hyundais. Now, as for the red Charger, everybody's going to keep asking about that car. Right now, that car has no insurance on it. And right now, that car is just sitting and it's waiting to be traded in possibly for a wide-body Hellcat. So everybody keeps asking about it, but believe you me, that car is not being driven at all right now. It's just waiting with a little bit of mileage on it. It doesn't have much mileage, and it's just waiting. I'm looking for that wide body. I want to see how much that's going to cost. But I will say this. I know some of you hate leasing, but the next car I buy, I'm going to lease it. Because the thing about it is these cars depreciate so fast, you lose like $30,000 off the top of one of these cars now. If you finance a car now, you're losing $30,000 for one of these cars. So I am not going to I'll say it, and I don't mind saying it because you know me, I don't really care, you know, if how people feel whether I finance or lease something. If I get a wide body Charger Hellcat, I'm going to lease it. I'm not going to finance that thing because if you finance it, that's $30,000 you're losing right off the top. Those cars lose like 20 something $1,000 before you even hit 4,000 miles. And they lose another 10,000 before you hit 5,000 miles. So no, I'm not going to. If I were to get one of those, I'm going to wait 2 years or something, maybe even 1 year. And when they have the leasing deals on them, that's when I'll buy it. And yeah, you do exactly what you want. I mean, the thing about it is, you know, you're not paying my bills. So if I have to pay my bills, I'm going to do whatever works for me. You know, that's all. That's all. So it says, Big Truck, what are your thoughts on the first generation Raptors? There was this guy in the traffic next to me yesterday, and he had a Raptor. It's a pretty nice truck, and it's a pretty fast truck and everything. I don't have anything against it. I mean, that's what Ford makes. Ford makes good trucks, and the F-150 is a very good truck. The Raptor is based on the F-150, and it seems like it's pretty powerful. Just don't try to race nobody with it. You know, it's a fast truck, but it's not a race car, you know? You know, it's not a race car. And some of these guys, like, you know, they try to race these things. I'm like, nah, dude, you're not racing me. And they try to they hype them up and make them taller in traffic and everything. They try to ride those things next to me and intimidate me. I'm like, dude, you can't race me. I got a freaking Jeep SRT. You're not racing me. F-150 is not a good truck. Well, as far as I know, the F-150 has been a good truck. Now, I don't know about the newest ones, but as far as I know, they've been good trucks. Raptor is not a racing truck on the street. Yeah, that's right. It's not. The Raptor is a fast truck, but it's not a race truck. In order for Dodge Ram, oh, please, Z Outlaw, just be quiet. You have a Camaro. You have a Camaro, Z Outlaw. Just stop. Just stop. I told you, trade that Camaro and get yourself a wide-body Hellcat. If you get a wide-body Hellcat, your YouTube videos will blow up overnight. But if you keep on driving around in that Camaro, nobody's going to watch. I keep telling you the same shit. How difficult is it to obtain a Chinese tourist visa? As far as I know, it's easy to get a tourist visa for China. The harder visas are the visas that are longer than 30 days, like a student visa. But even a student visa is easy to get in China as long as you have an institution that's going to let you be a student there. So if you want a Chinese tourist visa, you may actually be able to go to China on a 30-day visa, or you can apply right at the gate for a visa. But as far as I know, you don't really need a visa to tour China. Now, if you're going to stay there longer than 30 days, you might need one. Chevy is America. Yeah, I don't care if Chevy's America. Chevy is boring. They keep making those little-ass engines, and they're boring. Cadillac made the CTSV, and that shit only had 650 horsepower in it and was getting its ass kicked when it was going up against Hellcats. The Camaro ZL1, you remember when they were talking all that shit about how they had what was called the Demon Killer? You remember when they were talking all that shit about what did they say was going to kill the demon? That they had a Chevy Camaro that was supposed to kill the demon, and that piece of shit could barely pull a fucking quarter mile in 12 seconds. What was it called? The Hellraiser or some shit? Or what was it called? The Exorcist. Yeah, The Exorcist. Hennessey is a scam artist. Hennessey is a scam artist. He takes those cars, he soups them up, and when they break down, he doesn't honor the warranties. Hennessey is a scam artist. GM is dead. The only thing GM has now is Cadillac and some Chevy SUVs. They are dead. They can't make fast cars anymore. You should make videos about your life in China. Well, the problem is when I was in China, I didn't have video cameras like I have now. iPhone didn't exist when I was in China. If I go back, I'll definitely do some Chinese videos while I'm in China. But what I should do is go to Hong Kong and watch those people getting the stuffing beat out of them by the Chinese government. If I go to Hong Kong, I can watch them protest and getting themselves beat the fuck up. Because, the Chinese police don't fuck around. They got crossbows. Like you'd think that the government would normally have just guns. The Chinese military police have crossbows. Those guys aren't fucking around. Anybody who's carrying a crossbow in 2019, that's somebody you need to worry about. Goddamn crossbow. You can look it up. If you go online and just type Chinese military police crossbows, they got fucking crossbows. What do they think this shit is? Game of Thrones? It's like you're not supposed to have a crossbow. You're supposed to have a gun. Those people are crazy. I'm not going over there, man. They might shoot me with one of them goddamn crossbows. I have a big old arrow sticking out my head. Have I seen it? Yes, I have seen the new Tahoe, Pentastar. Yes, I saw the new Tahoe. I saw the new Escalade. And I saw the new Denali, I think it was. In fact, I put the pictures on my Facebook, I think. I mean, it looks okay. I mean, nobody's trying to buy an SUV that size. Right now, Americans are so poor under this president's economy that they're buying like little Japanese Econo-boxes like the RAV4, the Nissan Rogue, and then they're buying American Econo-boxes like the Chevy Traverse. Nobody's buying those big trucks no more. Nobody's buying that stuff. That the 2000s are over. Nobody's buying them trucks no more. Chevy Aveo. Oh my God. I'd rather die than have to drive around in a Chevy Aveo. Believe me when I say that, it's not hyperbole. I'd rather die than have to be in a RAV4. Let me tell you something. I would rather God take my life right now than have to drive around a fucking Nissan Rogue. I'd rather die. You hear me? I mean that shit. That's not hyperbole. Believe me, it's not hyperbole. Life is too short to drive around in boring cars. I would rather die than have to drive around a Honda Accord. I would rather die. It would be worth it just to not have to drive a Honda Accord. Because life wouldn't be worth living. If I can't enjoy driving, life's just not worth living. It's just not worth living. Honda Accord. Oh my God, those things are ugly. The Civic. Oh my God. Those Civics are ridiculous. They look like sci-fi reject cars from a B-rated movie. Oh my God. Honda Civic. No, thank you. No. Okay, it says Big Truck. What do you think of a 2004 GMC Yukon XL for 2019 tax and all to build my credit? Um, you could do that. The only thing about it is, my problem is when you buy old trucks, you got to make sure that the maintenance is not too bad. Now, if you think it's something you can easily get parts for, then go ahead and do it. And yeah, it can help you build your credit, but you got to make sure your interest rate's as low as possible because your interest rate being high will make that thing cost way more than it should have to cost. Yeah. Let's see. My Kia Stinger. Your Kia Stinger would get murdered by my cars. What are you talking about, you stupid? I drove that Stinger. I made a video driving that Stinger. The only thing your car is good for is delivering Chinese food. Yeah, I be roasting cars, man. That's what I do. I love roasting cars. I go to the car show every year just to roast them. Let's see. Let's see. Palisade looks good. Yeah, the Palisade's okay. Like I don't snap on Hyundai and Kia as much as I snap on Honda and Nissan and Acura and Toyota. Like Hyundai and Kia, I actually have respect for. I respect them. I do respect them, but don't threaten to race me in no goddamn fucking Kia Stinger or some stupid Genesis G70. I will murder you on that road. You're not racing me in any of those cars. Just because you got a little bit of all-wheel drive just means that you get left back after a quarter mile is over. We're not driving on no track in no circle. I will put you on a 2 mile straight and you will lose. And that's just how it is. Sorry. You don't have to threaten me with a stupid Kia Stinger. Your Kia Stinger, it's okay in the rain, but that's about it. It's too small for one, and two. The second thing, all you'll see is taillights on a freaking Hellcat. Taillights. I think my Jeep would leave you in the dust. Honestly, my Jeep can go up to 175 miles an hour. I think I could leave you. I think I could leave you. My Evo walk. Oh my God, an Evo? Are you kidding me? Oh my God, an Evo? Really? Do you really want me to argue about Evos? Oh my God. Oh my God. No Evos, no, not for me. No, thank you. I like the CT6, but I would only buy that if I was going to buy a car and I wanted just a luxury car that wasn't too expensive to maintain. I do like it. Keep in mind, the Buick LaCrosse is getting axed this year. So if you get a Buick LaCrosse fully loaded, that car is getting discontinued because everybody's buying them damn trucks. Oh, what's up, Stack Cheddar? Thank you very much. Let's see. Do you have anything to say about Scotty Kilmer about kicking FCA's back in? Scotty Kilmer is like a lunatic. When I listen to the shit that this guy is saying, I understand that a lot of stuff he says is clickbait for YouTube, but that guy is like a lunatic. It's like I don't think he's even seen Chrysler's new products. They're actually a lot more reliable than the old stuff. It's not like the old days with the 2.7 liter where burned oil. The Pentastar V6 is a good engine. The Hellcat is a great engine. The Hemi is a great engine. I'm like Scotty Kilmer's full of shit. It's like I can't listen to him. That guy reminds me of a crypt keeper. He's like, this is Scotty Kilmer. He's like, yeah, the most important car that you can buy is a Honda Accord because the Honda Accord was made back in the 90s and the Honda Accord rides really good and it gets really good gas mileage. And if you get yourself a Honda Accord, because his hands are like freaking weak and shit, and the guy, he's like the crypt keeper, I swear to God. He's like, yeah, if you buy a Honda Accord, all you ever have to worry about is gas and oil. Gas and oil is all a Honda Accord will ever need. Just buy yourself a Honda Accord. You'll be happy with your life because a Honda Accord, all you need is gas and oil. And then there's the Toyota Camry. And the Toyota Camry, all you need is gas and oil. And it'll go for millions of miles. And you'll be able to drive it all around because the Toyota Camry and the Honda Accord is really good. That guy's a fucking lunatic. I don't know how people watch. That guy's got 1 million fucking subs. I don't know how people watch that bullshit. That guy is a clickbait lunatic. How do people watch that shit? I don't know. All you need is gas and oil. That's all you need is gas and oil. But you don't want to buy a Chrysler car. Like if you buy a Dodge Charger Hellcat, those cars get horrible gas mileage. And on top of horrible gas mileage, you got to deal with higher insurance. And on top of higher insurance, you got to deal with more expensive parts like brakes and tires and rotors. And if you buy something like a Hellcat, you'll be left in the dust when a Honda Accord has more gas than you do because you're always out of gas because you only get 9 miles per gallon. It's like, that guy's a fucking lunatic. How do people listen to that shit? That guy's nuts. Like, I understand that he used to work on cars, but that doesn't make you a goddamn fucking... That doesn't make you a professional about brand new cars. You're old. Oh, the Cybertruck. I'm going to get me a Tesla Cybertruck. A Cybertruck doesn't even need gas and oil. All you got to do is bring your Cybertruck home and just plug it in. It's like, what the fuck? Where do they get these people? And this guy's got more subs. This guy's got like all these subs, and he sounds like a fucking lunatic. I'll never understand that shit. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Yeah, don't buy a Chrysler car because Chrysler's had horrible reliability. Fucking jackass. I hope Scotty Kilmer's out there when they impeach Trump and he tries to start a civil war. I hope he's like the first casualty. No, that's a terrible thing. I shouldn't say that. Even though I'm thinking it, I shouldn't say that. That's a terrible thing to say. All you need is gas and oil. The fucking guy. Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, this guy's still talking shit. Hannity's still up here talking shit, huh? Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, Scotty's like a fucking lunatic. My grandpa wasn't that nuts. Crazy grandpa? Nah, that guy's a lunatic. It's like I'm listening to the shit this guy's saying. I mean, he's talking down. You can't oh my God, you can't buy anything cool. For you, Scotty Kilmer. Oh yeah, well it gets horrible reliability. It's not fun to drive, and you can be stuck in traffic, and you don't have heated and cooled seats. But the worst thing about this car is the fuel economy and the mileage. The mileage might only be 8 miles per gallon. That fucking nut job. Jesus Christ. Now he's a bigger YouTuber than I am, but I don't know why. That guy's a lunatic. Are you talking about OK Boomer? Let's see. Oh my goodness, I'm getting all these super chats. Ghost in HD, thank you so much for your. What is this? What's a fast car under $17,000 for an 18-year-old? Under $17,000, you could get a last generation Charger SRT, or you can, if you want to go the importer route, you could probably get a Hyundai Genesis 3.6 coupe, or. It's like the problem is, if you're 18 years old, you shouldn't be getting a fast car because your insurance is going to be very expensive. Now, the Chrysler 200 with the 3.6 liter is discontinued. However, that's a pretty fast car. It's a pretty decent car, but it's kind of small. Most people who want a fast car are going after a last generation Mustang, or they're going after a 2 generations ago Mustang or Dodge Charger or Camaro. But I just told this guy ZZ Outlaw to get rid of his Camaro and to buy a Dodge Charger Hellcat instead. So this way he can get more views on his channel, because it's obvious that he wants more views because he's got a pimp costume and he's bringing out this pimp daddy costume and everything. And I keep telling him, I'm like, listen, you can't be a pimp daddy and drive a fucking Camaro. If you remember the good old-fashioned pimps, yes, I know you're still there. The good old-fashioned pimps of the 1970s and 80s, they had really big cars. What kind of cars did they have? They had Mercury Cougars that were big. They had Lincolns. They had Impalas. They didn't have small little Camaros. I don't understand if you get my drift. You got to get yourself a Dodge Charger Hellcat wide body. If you get that, your channel will blow up. It'll just blow up. I'm telling you, it'll blow up. But if you're gonna keep riding around that Camaro and threatening to race people, that shit is never gonna work. I keep telling you the same shit. It's never gonna work. Get yourself a Charger wide body Hellcat. Get a nice loud color, and everybody will watch your channel then. But what I would do is lease it so that this way, when something new comes out, you can trade it and get something even newer. But stop trying to threaten to race people with that played out Camaro, because we'll murder you out in the street. It's like you'll see taillights so far away until like you won't even know what car passed you. It's like, don't even bother. Just stop. Just stop. The pimp costume. Is this about Omni? No, I'm talking about this guy, Z Outlaw SS. The guy, he looks like Billy Bob Thornton, and he clout chases. He's going to be chasing the back of Hellcats because he can't catch up because that Camaro's slow. I keep telling you, it's like I give excellent advice, but some people just don't listen. I don't know what it is. It says your drive shaft just gave itself an Indian bird. That's fucked up. Let's see. The Camaro would outperform an electric scooter. That's damn shame. Dodge needs to update the interior. Yes, I agree. I totally agree. It says, yeah, I clout chased you and nothing happened. I keep telling you, you can't clout chase me until you get a Charger Hellcat wide body. After that, you'll be the man. That's right. And you can wear your pimp costume every time you go out driving. And in fact, you'll be able to pick up women. Women don't want to get into a Camaro. If they see an old guy in a Camaro, the first thing they think is that you're going to murder them and that their body's going to be buried somewhere on like a strip that nobody knows about. I'm telling you, get the Dodge Charger wide body Hellcat. That's what you got to get. And lease it. Trust me, it'll work. Midlife crisis, yeah. Oh, and please, everybody, do not get that stupid Camaro C8. No, not Camaro. Please do not get that Corvette C8. That car is going to be so played out in about 3 days worth of those things. Once those things get released, I guarantee you, that car is going to be so played out, it's not even going to be funny. Do not get a Corvette C8. I'm telling you, that car is going to be played out in seconds. Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it. I know there's some of you who want a C8, but don't do that to yourself. Don't do it. In fact, you're better off getting a Tesla Cybertruck than getting a fucking Corvette C8. Just don't do it to yourself. That Corvette C8 is going to get... Watch, when the Tesla Cybertruck gets released and they run one of them Cybertrucks up against the Corvette C8, that C8 is going to get murdered by that Cybertruck. I'm telling you. Trust me. I already see it coming. And don't get a C7 either. C7s are played out. GM's cars are mostly played out. They're mostly played out. I'm telling you, do not waste your money. Get yourself a Dodge Charger wide body Hellcat or a Cybertruck. If you get a Cybertruck, you'll be the fucking man. I'm telling you. Trust me. Trust me. I'm going to go test drive a Hellcat in Texas in a few weeks. Why do you got to go to Texas? Where do you live? The Hellcat is an eye-opening experience. Once you drive that car, it's like having a 4-door Lamborghini. Especially if you get it in a bright color. I don't know where you live. Why would you have to go to... What do you mean you got to go to Texas? It's like those things should be everywhere in the South. Because I know you're from the South. It's like, where do you live? Mustang Mach-E. Forget Mustangs. Mustangs are dead. Mustangs are dead. I'm going to be in Texas for Xmas, and I would rather buy in Texas. Okay. Go check it out. Make sure you take that Camaro with you so you can trade it in that day. Okay, Expert Gaming. He talked about it a minute ago. It's parked waiting for some new to drop. Okay. The Wine and the Challenger is incredible. You know, the Challenger and the Charger have the best sounding exhaust systems I've ever heard. Keep in mind, I've driven the Lamborghini Urus. I love the Lamborghini Aventador, but the Lamborghini Aventador is not a practical car, and most people can't afford it, and so forth and so on. But it's absolutely not a practical car. The insurance is sky high. The Charger and the Challenger have probably the best exhaust whine I've ever heard under like $80,000. It's amazing. It's like a new experience altogether. You get that wide body, you make your videos, And now finally you can threaten to race people because you know you can't threaten to race nobody in that damn Camaro. You don't even have a ZL1 and you threaten to race somebody. What are you, crazy? Well, it's like, you might as well be threatening to race us in a Prius. Big Trunk, tell that person the Charger interior is not horrible. It's not. The Charger interior is pretty good. Let's see. At least I'm getting a useful degree in network administration. Okay, yeah, that sounds good. That's a good thing. That's very good. You see the Aston Martin DBX? Yeah, Aston Martins are nice, but Aston Martins aren't practical and they cost way too much. Do you love Mercedes? Yes, I love Mercedes. Mercedes has the best interiors of any car right now under, like, I'll say under $200,000. Mercedes has the best interiors. They have the best interiors. I love Mercedes. I like the Model 3, but I have problems with it. For one thing, I don't like the fact there's not enough buttons. When I get into a car, I don't expect to have to go through the touchscreen for everything. I just don't. I do like the Model 3, but honestly, the Model Y is going to do a lot better than the Model 3 because the Model Y is going to be more spacious. It's going to be like a little SUV. The Model Y is going to do way better than the Model 3 did. Most people just need more space. They've got kids and stuff. They need more space. Okay, can the Porsche Taycan challenge Tesla? The answer is no. Tesla has battery technology and programming software down to a T. Porsche cannot match Tesla on their pricing. Keep in mind, Tesla has the 3, the Y, the Cybertruck, the S, and the X. Porsche can't compete with that many models because most people don't want a Porsche. Why does my TV look small? The TV looks small because it's a a 40-inch television, and I'm sitting about, I don't know, maybe about 7 feet away from it. It's really not small. If you were sitting here with me, it's actually pretty spacious and big. Now, I was thinking about changing this to a 50-inch and putting this one somewhere else, maybe with my computer so I can watch YouTube on it. But right now, I don't really need to. Right now, it's doing just fine. It's a good TV. Did you really hang a 35-inch? No, this is a 40-inch television. It's not a 35-inch television. It's a 40-inch. And the reason why is because at the time, it was like I just didn't want to. I have a 52 of this model. It's the same Vizio model. But right now, it's like it works. So I'll wait until this one is like, if I don't need it or something, and maybe I'll change it to a 50. I don't know. But I don't really need a 50. It's big enough. It's actually pretty big. Let's see. I want something bigger. I have a 50-inch television, and as you watched my video, you also saw I went out and bought a 70-inch. So, no, I'm good on television. Don't worry about me. I'm good on television. This is all I really needed because I have a 34-inch video game monitor, for God's sakes. Big Truck, I'm sorry, but did you sell? No, I did not. It's got no insurance on it right now, and I want to trade for a wide body. So I'm trying to keep that quiet. I'm thinking about doing a wide body Charger lease, but I want to wait for the lease specials and whatnot because usually they'll lease it for about $800, just like they did the wide body Challenger. So time will tell, but I'm gonna definitely get something new. But time will tell. We'll see what happens. BMW M8 competition's a nice car, but it's too expensive and it's too impractical. Most people can't buy that car. But what I will say is you're better off getting a BMW 6 instead of the 8. The M8 doesn't make much sense. How many miles do they give you on a lease? Here in New York City, you can get a 15,000 mile per year lease, no problem. If you're a person who only drives when it's not winter, you can do 12,000, 13,000, or 15,000 usually. You can do 14,000, but usually they'll give you 15,000, not a big deal. Do you like S63s? Yeah, I like them, but I like the regular S-Class just fine. I like the 450. The S-Class is a luxury car. That's not a speeding car. You're not driving fast in one of those. Like, that's just a luxury car. The new Xbox look like a damn PC. Yes, it does. It looks like a ridiculous box. It doesn't even make sense anymore. But my PC is so good, I don't need an Xbox or a PS5. What about the Dodge Elephant? Well, I'm waiting to see what they're going to do with it. I want to see them put that 1,000 horsepower in a Jeep and a Durango, but I don't know what's going on with FCA. I have no idea what they're doing, but I'm hoping that they're going to do something cool. I just don't know, man. All right, hey, big truck, should I buy a G-Wagon? Well, hey, listen, if you have $100,000 or you have enough money to buy a G-Wagon, chances are you already made up your mind. But to tell you the truth, the G-Wagon, you should drive it first because I don't think it's very comfortable. You might not want to go that route. You might want to go something else. Drive it first. Are you going to buy a refreshed Trackhawk? I think so. I just might. I think so. UCFCA partner. FCA partner. What? Wait 5 years, you can get an M8 competition for $60K. What are you kidding? 5 years? If you wait 1 year, you can get an M8 competition under probably under 70,000. Just wait 1 year. Wait till those things come off lease. Watch. Well, you know, the 6 Series, I think if you want a small BMW coupe, the 6 Series just makes more sense. It's like, why try to spend that kind of money for something that's going to break down? It's like the M8, those cars are very expensive cars to maintain. And like Scotty Kilmer says, all it needs is gas and oil. But BMWs have horrible reliability. So what you got to do is make sure you got lots of gas and oil. Scotty Kilmer, nut job. Anyway, every time Scotty Kilmer attacks Chrysler products, it's like I want to reach through my television and hurt him. I'm not going to mess with my car's build quality. I'm not putting anything in those cars that didn't come with it. I want that warranty to stay just the way it is. Just gas and oil. That's all you need is gas and oil. FCA and Pujo. Well, we'll see what happens. But God knows. I mean, if they're pushing these shitty Fiat cars on us and we're not buying them, God knows what Pujo's going to do. They might try to send some of those stupid French cars over here so that these white hipsters in Manhattan can buy them and feel better about themselves, that they don't have to be like the rest of the crowd, just buy a BMW or a Mercedes like everybody else. They want to buy freaking foreign cars that don't make any sense on American roads. Stupid Fiat. I don't know how they conned these idiots into getting in those things. I'm surprised there haven't been more fatal car accidents. Stupid Fiats. Maybe I'll make a video, Expert Gaming. Maybe I'll make a review video or something. Let's see. The 500X is great. No, it's not. Boring. Let's see. What else? You don't want those French cars. Nope. You would buy a Mercedes CLA. Well, if I was like a little woman and I just wanted a small city car, yes, I would buy a CLA. But I'm too big for a CLA, so you'll never see me buy one. The only Mercedes I would buy is either an E-Class or an S-Class. It's one of those two. Or a GLE. I like the the GLE Coupe, I'll say. GLE Coupe. All you see is turbocharged fours. That's right, except for me. I got a freaking V8, man. When I turn my engine on, people hear that shit. In fact, you know what's funny? When I use the auto starter on my cars, people listen to that shit like, oh my God, it's like, you have an auto starter? Because most of these cars, they come from countries where auto start's illegal because they don't want your cars idling. In Germany, they don't want you to be able to idle your car, so they expect you to be in it when you start it. So we have auto starters on our cars. That's why I love Chrysler, man. I love Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, but I really wish they'd make the Chrysler 300 Hellcat. I'm very pissed off that they did not. Very pissed off. Yeah, these hipsters, man, they don't want to drive something everybody else has. They want to stand out and look cool. And they really look cool when they get into a really bad car accident. Then they say, damn, I should have bought something bigger like an SUV so that when I went up against these other SUVs, these trucks and bigger SUVs, that I would have had more protection. But no, because I'm so stupid, I'm in a smart car and I'm driving around a fucking electric golf cart. And then I got hit by a freaking Jeep Grand Cherokee, and now I'm not alive anymore because my body's been crushed. It's like, come on, guys, listen, you gotta recognize your surroundings. Would you ever consider a Bentley V12? No, I don't think so. They're way too expensive to maintain. No. They should make a SRT Wrangler? Yeah, well, the SRT Wrangler wouldn't make sense because a Wrangler is designed to go off-road. SRT cars are designed to go very fast. They're not designed to go off-road. They're really not. Even the Jeep Grand Cherokee is not designed to go off-road. That car has tires that are not designed for that. The Overland Summit are designed to go off-road, I think, to some extent. Smart cars and death traps, yeah, try telling them that. Did you see Stradman put a Hellcat engine in Gladiator? I think I did, but if I'm not mistaken, he broke the drivetrain as soon as he started driving it. The Hellcat engine puts out like over 800 pounds of torque at peak. So you're destroying your drivetrain unless you change your drivetrain with like carbon fiber half shafts and a carbon fiber drive shaft. You're going to destroy that. The Hellcat will destroy that engine. Well, no, the Hellcat engine will destroy your transmission. You can't use this shit. Smart? Yeah, I think they might be dead. I'm not really sure. Rolls Royce came second. A fat body didn't fit in the S-Class. Yeah, the S-Class is a better car. I really prefer it. Soon we will have Chinese cars in America. I see them a lot in Mexico. I think we have Chinese cars now, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I think we have some cars that are made in China. Keep in mind, the Cadillac CT6 hybrid is made in China and it's shipped to America. There are some cars that are made in China right now that are in America. Big Truck Series, they should take the Hellcat engine and put it in a Power Wagon. Maybe so, that would work. But you got to remember, the Hellcat engine is designed to be low to the ground and drive fast. It's not designed to be high off the ground, and it's also not designed for off-roading. The Hellcat engine, they're putting it in whatever they can, but it doesn't make sense in those cars. Those cars have higher centers of gravity, and those Wranglers, those things are designed for off-road. They're not designed for high-speed driving. Oh, this guy's still talking shit, huh? Now he's talking about Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez. He's so upset that Trump's getting impeached. It's like he's striking out at everybody. It's sad. All right, it's so funny because 2015 S-Class is $4,000 horrible depreciation. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. In fact, one of my relatives just bought an S-Class, and they got it for like $50,000. I think it was like a 2017, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you're right. The depreciation's ridiculous on those German cars. Those things start at $110,000, and before you know it, they're in the 40s. It's crazy. Top Gear. Top Gear. Yeah, well, I don't watch Top Gear anymore because Jeremy Clarkson and those other two guys are gone. So I don't really watch Top Gear anymore. I don't even look forward to it. It's like I could do a better job making Top Gear than they could do showing it to me. Why hasn't Puerto Rico been in statehood? First of all, Puerto Rico doesn't want to be a state because it doesn't want to pay taxes. And the other problem with Puerto Rico is Puerto Rico has very high unemployment. And basically, America's not really helping them out because there's nothing there we want to steal. If Puerto Rico had oil, you could bet it'd be a state by now. In order for Puerto Rico to become a state, they have to have something there that America wants to steal. I'm surprised we're not going to make Venezuela a state or Cuba. But then again, Cuba doesn't have anything. Venezuela and Bolivia, we want to steal everything together. We want to steal their oil and their lithium. PR should just return to Spain. I don't think they really want to return to Spain. Puerto Ricans at this point probably want to be Puerto Ricans. They probably don't want to be from Spain because you got to remember, Puerto Ricans are mixed people at this point. You know, there's native Puerto Ricans, and then there's mixed Spanish Puerto Ricans, and there's indigenous. So you know, I think they have their own identity. They're nationalist at this point. So for them, I don't think they want to be part of America as a state because they don't want to pay them taxes. And first of all, America has already shown Puerto Rico that if something happens bad there, we're not going to help them right away. Thank you, Trump. Another reason why this guy's probably getting impeached. Radical socialists obliterated UK elections. Yeah, well, too bad they're not here. At least Boris Johnson wouldn't have been impeached. U.S., no protection, no taxes. That's right. Puerto Rico doesn't really have a good situation. I mean, when global warming gets kicking, Puerto Rico is the first target. So the thing about it is, if a hurricane like this could devastate them that badly, imagine how it's going to be every year having the same shit happen. Do you wish the iPhone wasn't made in China? Honestly, I don't really care. My iPhone works great. I love it. I don't care if it's made in China or not. Donald Trump really made the U.S. look really bad in the eyes of other countries. Yep. Hurricane, Curacao. You know, Curacao, my sister has gone to Curacao a couple of times. I haven't been there, but someday I'll go there. Mercedes is killing the interior. Oh yeah, Mercedes interiors are off the shelf. I love their interior. The beautiful thing about Mercedes is that you can get a really nice interior. You don't have to pay top dollar. I love Mercedes interior. My problem is the cars are boring. Like they're comfortable, they're luxurious, yes. But other than that, too many people got them. So I like having something nobody else got. I like having things that nobody else has. What up with BMW interior? BMW interiors don't change much. They're boring. They're really boring. BMW is like when I see people in BMWs, that shit doesn't impress me at all. It's like, listen, I've owned a Hellcat. I've been to the top of the mountain. I've owned a Jeep SRT. I've been to the top of the mountain. That BMW don't impress me. You're driving around in a base model X5. You're driving around in a base model 3 Series, a base model 5 Series. I don't care about that shit. Even if you had an M class, I don't care. Those things don't impress me at all. They're boring. If I wanted one, I'd have one. Samsung will always be better than Apple. Okay, right. That's why Samsung is able to make a $60,000 computer and Samsung can make a $1,000 monitor stand and the shit sells, right? Samsung will never be better than Apple. Samsung has to compete with all the other Android market phones. Apple is in a market all by itself. Apple fans are not going to buy Samsung phones. It's just not going to happen. ABC Islands, what? Just an island with cactuses? Oh my God, I can't believe it. I've lasted the entire show of Hannity. I kept talking through the entire show. I didn't listen to anything that nut job had to say. I just went through his entire show. Holy shit, it's 9:54. I know my girlfriend's pissed off. She's trying to call me, but I have her number blocked because I turned off that part of my phone so she can't call me. I was like, no, you ain't calling me. I'm fucking tired. I'll talk to you later. I've got a live YouTube show to do. The newer Lincolns are really nice. The newer Lincolns have very, very nice interiors. Very nice interiors. Better than the new GMs. However, GM has Lincoln beat on interior space. The new GM cars are much more spacious than the Lincoln cars. Chinese-made Apple badge. What? How far you talk about BMW's interiors? Dodge interiors are the worst in the market. Well, listen, Dodge interiors may not have as much money put in them as BMW interiors, but BMW engines are fucking slow. And that's the reason why BMW can't make an engine that can fuck with a Hellcat. If you get into a race with a Hellcat, you lose, period. BMWs are boring. If you want a BMW, go buy one. I'm not going to stop you, but I don't care. But I'll tell you what, if I catch you in traffic, you're getting raced and you're going to lose. And I'm not going to race you on no stupid track. I'm going to get you on the Southern State Parkway or the Northern State or the New Jersey, what is it called? The New Jersey Turnpike, and you're going to get lost. You're going to be so far behind me, you're going to forget who you were racing. BMWs are boring. A little slow ass. And then you'd have to have so much money just to afford a fast one that I know you can't race me. And even if you got the fastest one, the most you got is like 650 horsepower. You don't have 797, goddammit. I'll take out a red eye, and your BMW will be so far behind me that it's like you won't even know who you were racing. You and your shitty 155 mile per hour speed limiter. Hellcats go up to 205, turkey. 205. What you got about that 205, turkey? What you got? Nothing. Yeah, I have to say, Korean interiors are they're pretty good. They're pretty good. 2000 Escalade, yeah, I saw it. It's nice. It's nice. The 2021 Escalade looks really good. Yeah, I'm tired of these BMW drivers trying to threaten me. I got a guy trying with a Kia Stinger. Guy with a Kia Stinger is up there telling me he can beat me. No, you can't. There's this guy with a BMW trying to race me in traffic. I was like, yeah, all right, whatever. You listen. when you wreck that thing, it's like, then, I've got, like, I'm driving something heavier than you. It's like, on a straight line, if it was just us and no traffic, I'd destroy you. And that's just what it is. Tired of these guys trying to race me. These Volkswagens trying to race me. It's like I can't drive peacefully no more. Everybody's trying to race me. I got these stupid Acura MDXs and RDXs trying to race me. It's like all I'm trying to do is just drive to the store, and all of a sudden I got an MDX trying to flex on me. And I'm like, "Are you crazy?" And then I put my shit in the sport mode, and then I leave his ass behind me. It's like, where you going? Where you going, Acura MDX? You ain't going nowhere. Where you going? Stupid V6. HRV. I almost don't remember the HRV, but I remember that Acura MDX. But that video did like 220,000 views now. Where you going? Where you going? That was funny. Every time I watch that shit makes me laugh. I forgot I did it. Hannity is still talking shit. All right. Well, everybody, thank you so much for joining me, and I appreciate everybody who helped out the channel, but donations and everything. And when I finally do print T-shirts, I know I'm gonna remember you. So I'm getting ready to go to bed because at this point I am exhausted. So, and I probably have to charge my phone. Let's see. France has one of the poorest colonies. Leopold was a murderer. Yep, you're right. He was a piece of shit. Yeah, I tried to answer as many questions as I can. BMW M10 is beautiful, but on the downside, of course, it's crazy expensive. BMW thinks you're a fool. They think that they can get $120,000 out of you, and when you watch your depreciation go down by $50,000 in 2 years, then they ain't got nothing to say. It's like my problem. The BMWs, it's like it doesn't do nothing for me. Everybody driving BMWs, they think that they've made it in life. It's like that shit doesn't impress me. So it's like if that's what they want, that's what they want. Oh yeah, and I'm glad everybody came back. I'm really sorry that I lost you a little earlier because my girlfriend screwed up my connection because she was trying to call me. So I had to turn off my Facebook Messenger, and then I was able to come back and do an uninterrupted broadcast. So I'm really sorry about that broadcast interruption. Next time I'll know a little bit better. I'll disconnect Facebook first. It's like you can't have nothing without people messing up everything. But anyway, I'm going to bed right now because I'm still watching these Fox News sycophants screaming and crying about Trump being impeached. So, it's 80. I'm in this for 81 minutes. I did 82 minutes right now. 82 minutes of just like live shit talking. I guess that's what you can call it, I guess. Get this man a Kleenex. Yeah, you can hear me. My nose is stuffed up. I'm going to have to get some NyQuil. And I got to blow my nose. Yeah, you can hear me. I got to get myself a Kleenex. Get myself some NyQuil, Kleenex, maybe some apple cider, and then hit the bed. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining me. And again, I think the next live video I do will be when they serve Trump the articles of impeachment. So that'll be part 3. So everybody, take care. Have a safe night. Be careful out there. And I really appreciate you and everything. So thanks for joining me. Kanye 2020. That's funny.